You're looking at a one-woman argument for welfare reform. Ina Mattis has been double-dipping into taxpayers' pockets for almost $30,000 a year. First as a full-time state employee, and second as a welfare recipient, though at first she denied it.
But this is a check from public assistance. How can you be receiving welfare when you're a full-time employee of the state courts?
No, I am not.
You're not a full-time employee?
I am a full-time employee of the state court.
That's right. Ina Mattis works at Manhattan State Supreme Court as a senior office assistant. We took these undercover pictures of her on the job. Her salary, $18,196 plus overtime. She's been working for the courts off and on for years. Yet, the New York City Department of Social Services has been issuing welfare checks with her name on them.
No. How can you explain this welfare check? This is your name.
I have to investigate this.
You don't know anything about receiving welfare checks?
No,
You've never received welfare?
No, I have not.
But two Brooklyn landlords who've reported her to welfare officials say Ms. Mattis is lying.
Her supervisor and a caseworker told me that she was on public assistance.
I had called to get help for myself and was told by HRA that my tenant was on their welfare rolls.
And these documents we've obtained show that Ina Mattis and her 4 children have been receiving public assistance. 3 sources confirm that. How is she getting away with this? 2 Social Security numbers. Mattis is listed under one number for work and a different one for welfare. Again, she denied it.
You're not using 2 Social Security numbers? So how can you be receiving welfare when you're working full-time?
I am not receiving welfare.
Mattis received approximately $1,200 a month in public assistance, $462 for a basic grant, $359 in food stamps, $85 for utilities, and a $317 housing allowance, plus Medicaid, plus her nearly $20,000 court salary. And we've learned she's married to this man, Earl Mattis, but has not told welfare about him. The expensive Nissan Pathfinder she drives is registered to Earl. And there's more to this scam. You see, while welfare has been paying a housing allowance for Ina Mattis, she's been stiffing her landlords. This is a computer printout of all the court actions her landlords have brought against her.
How much does she owe you?
At the moment, $10,100 in back rent.
The bank is now threatening to foreclose on Nancy Gilroy's 2-family home in Midwood, where Mattis has been living for the past year. Mattis has ignored a court order to pay the back rent, and after our confrontation, she abruptly moved out. Both her husband and the moving men shown here physically threatening our photographer until the police came. Why hasn't welfare done anything about Ina Mattis? Gilroy says she reported her as a welfare cheat nearly a year ago.
When did you start reporting her to the welfare department?
In March.
And what has happened?
Nothing.
No, they haven't been helpful.
Landlord Arlister Kennedy says he's told HRA officials that Mattis moved out of his building years ago, yet welfare continues to pay for her to live there, though she denied it.
Aren't they paying your rent at 1299 Eastern Parkway?
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Here's Ina Mattis's name on the rent check. Here's her name on the mailbox. We've learned Ina is illegally subletting the apartment to someone else who is paying her the rent. The landlord had no idea where Ina had gone and was stunned to find out she was working.
The courts, of all places, working at the courts. So that is a sham.
It is a sham, a full-time state employee collecting welfare. So into our hall of shame, we induct Ina Mattis and the HRA for allowing this double-dipping to continue.
Shame, 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 shame on you.
Well, Ina Mattis now admits she has been double-dipping, claiming she didn't tell the welfare department because she didn't know how long she'd be working. As for those 2 Social Security numbers, she claims someone at welfare must have made a mistake in copying down her number. She says she recently told HRA officials everything, and they say they are now investigating. Recently, Governor Pataki proposed a number of welfare reforms, including fingerprinting and periodic home visits. Either one of those would have exposed Ina Mattis as a welfare cheat.